I know that like a lot of composers, they want to at least still maintain their authorship. They want to at least sketch it, have start with a piano sketch of some kind. And it's just the arduous task of making it sound good and fully produced is impossible for one person to do. Um, so I still think that's in huge demand. There's yeah, composers are they're putting together these large teams all the time. You know, when you see, you know, Lauren Balfe is doing that a lot. I mean, he's like really hot right now. He gets everything because he's just like they know they can go to Lauren and they know they'll get a great score and will just get done. And he'll pull together like 10 composers to crank out massive amounts of music for his movies. And yeah, I mean, I'm no Lauren Balfe, but you know, I hire synthestrators now too. Because again, going back to like balancing your life a little bit, it's like, you know, what is it that you're being hired for? You're being hired to come up with the general idea of what needs to happen. It's like, what's the themes? What's the melodies? What is the production going to look like? And so you might bring in somebody who's like, I need this to sound like a big Hans Zimmer kind of a thing, and you know somebody who can do that really well. Or on this Indiana Jones project, we're basically just aping John Williams. So we get they've tempted all with John Williams, and we're just basically really kind of just copying the essence of what John Williams already did, which is impossible, but you know, we're trying our best. And so I brought a friend of mine who is just like super nerd John Williams with samples, and he can make it sound really, really good. So, um, you know, that way, you know, there's this thing about being in the hot seat. Sometimes you're in the hot seat, and when you're in the hot seat, you're usually doing less actual music stuff. And the person who isn't in the hot seat is usually doing all the music stuff. So you need to be the like because there's a lot of work to be done just to be that person who's taking the phone calls or doing the video calls or talking through things, selling the cue. That's a whole job. And also being a little bit of a project manager, being the person who decides which people to hire for a project. Because you know, I would, even if you're starting out, if you can, don't try to do everything 100% yourself. You're just going to, it's not going to be as high quality, you know? I know it's going to cost you, like, say you get a gig and it's like, you know, 10K. It's much better for you to take like half that budget and hire somebody to help you with things that you need to acknowledge that you're not as good at. It might be an engineer or something like that. And I know that I mean, I was doing a lot of synthesization back in the early 2000s. I'm not that good anymore. There are people who are like a million times better than me. Even though I still get called for that kind of work, I will bring other people into, and I'll be like the producer, manager, overseer of it to make sure that the quality is up to snuff. So